These aren't just horror stories. They're true. They're darkly human. This is the top 5 horror stories. Number 5. The Vanishing Hitchhiker. When it comes to horror, there are few things more terrifying than the fear of being alone. And this story is guaranteed to make you never hitchhike again. Imagine you re-driving down a dark and deserted road when suddenly you see a lone figure standing by the side of the highway. Without hesitation, you pull over and offer them a ride. But as you get closer, you notice something strange about the person. They seem to be wearing clothes that don't match the weather, and their skin is unnaturally pale. Despite your unease, you still take them in and offer them water, which they politely refuse. As you drive, you try to make conversation, but the hitchhiker remains uncomfortably silent. Then just as quickly as they got in your car, they ask you to pull over. Confused and slightly alarmed, you stop the car and they get out without saying a word. As you watch them walk away, you can't help but feel a sense of dread. But it's too late now. You can't shake the feeling that something is wrong. You try to convince yourself that it was just a figment of your imagination. But then you look down at your water bottle and realize with a jolt that it's empty. Even though you were sure you had only filled it up before picking up the hitchhiker, now it's empty. You know, deep down, you should have listened to your gut and left him stranded on the side of the road. Number 4. The Abandoned House. Have you ever driven past an abandoned house and wondered what secrets it's hiding? Well, this next story will make you never do that again. Picture this: you're driving through a small town when you notice a dilapidated house on the outskirts. Curiosity gets the better of you, and you decide to take a closer look. As you approach the house, you can't help but notice the overgrown weeds and boarded-up windows. It looks like it's been abandoned for years, but something keeps you from turning back. So you park your car and start walking towards the house. As you do, you can hear strange noises coming from inside, like whispers and footsteps. Ignoring your growing sense of unease, you walk up to the front door and knock. You're not sure if anyone's home, but you're hoping to at least find someone who can tell you the history of this place. Just as you're about to lose hope, you hear a voice from behind you. Startled, you turn around to see a shadowy figure standing in the doorway. They beckon to you, and you can't help but feel a sense of foreboding. Do you dare enter the house and find out what secrets it's hiding, or do you run away and never look back? No? 3. The Tunnel. Do you get claustrophobic just thinking about enclosed spaces? Well, this next story will have you never going near any tunnels. Imagine you re-driving on a long road trip with your friends when suddenly you come across a tunnel. The entrance is dark and foreboding, and you can't help but feel a sense of dread. Despite your unease, you know there's no other way around, so you drive into the darkness. As you move further into the tunnel, the air grows colder, and you can feel a heavy, oppressive presence around you. Suddenly, your car breaks down, and you're plunged into total darkness. Your phone has no signal, and you're surrounded by thick, stale air. As you try to calm your racing heart, you hear strange noises echoing around you, making you jump. Just when you think it can't get any worse, you feel something slimy and cold brush against your leg. You scream and try to flag down any passing cars, but none come. Eventually, you manage to get your car started, and you speed out of the tunnel, eager to put the experience behind you. But as you look back, you can't help but wonder if what you felt was real, or just a figment of your imagination. No. 2. The Forest. Are you afraid of what might be lurking in the shadows? This story will have you keeping to the well-lit streets. Imagine you retaking a shortcut through the woods when you hear a noise that makes you freeze in your tracks. It's a guttural growl that seems to come from the trees themselves. Despite your fear, you try to convince yourself that it was just a branch or an animal. But then you hear it again, closer this time, and you can't help but break into a run. You don't know what's chasing you, but you can feel its presence getting closer. You can hear its heavy breathing and feel its hot breath on your neck. You try to call out for help, but your voice is lost in the wind. Finally, you burst out of the trees and onto a busy street, only to turn back and see that the forest is gone. There is no sign of the woods or the creature that was pursuing you. But you know what you experienced was all too real. No. 1. The doll. How would you react if you saw a doll that looked eerily like a certain person you know? This next story will have you never looking at dolls in the same way again. Picture this: you're at a yard sale when you see a vintage doll that catches your eye. Its porcelain face is beautiful, but there's something about its eyes that seems off-putting. Despite this, you buy the doll and take it home. But soon you begin to notice strange things happening around the house. Objects move on their own, and you can feel a cold, heavy presence in the room with you. Then one night you wake up to the sound of laughter and see the doll sitting at the foot of your bed. Its eyes seem to be glowing in the dark. You try to convince yourself that it's just a trick of the light, but then the doll starts moving. It gets off the bed and walks towards you with a creepy smile on its face. You scream and try to get away, but the doll is quick and graceful, almost as if it's alive. You finally manage to escape, but you can't shake the feeling that the doll is watching you. From then on, you never go into that room again. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe so you never miss out our scariest stories. Darkly Human.